Today, I want to inspire you with a transformation of a sad, lonely bird bath corner of my garden, transforming that into a hummingbird and butterfly oasis. And we are going to make a little container mini meadow. And in 5 minutes, we're going to set up a solar fountain. And if you stay with me, I'm going to tease a little bit of information on how I got a totally free gazebo that I am turning into a potting shed. If you're new here, you should know that I am a retired teacher who just can't stop teaching. On this channel, Seasonal Joy, I will be talking about the delights of celebrating every month and every season. And we'll be doing that through gardening, holidays, travel, and making a cozy home. I'll also be throwing in some fun surprises, so stay tuned. My channel is new, and if you like the content, I would really appreciate it if you could subscribe, like, and ring that bell so that you can receive joyful content every week. All right, let's go. Okay, first things first. We are spring cleaning the bird bath. You notice that I am spraying it with the garden hose, and that dirt is not really coming off. It's kind of stuck on there from the winter, where we had a huge ice storm that dropped hundreds of pounds of branches on the bird bath. But let me show you how to do this. I went to the store and I got a little scraper and some sponges, and I have some vinegar. All right, we're gonna do this in fast motion. So I know it's kind of nasty, but you know, we've all have to deal with this with our bird baths. So the scraper gets off anything that is sticky and stuck there. Next, I had to use the steel wool, I guess this is what you call it. It's not quite steel wool, but steel scrubber pad. And then I had to do the detail work and rinse it again, and then I doused it with some vinegar and then rinsed it real well and let the sun bleach and disinfect the bird bath. There we go. Now we are ready to start building the little mini meadow. Here we go. Alrighty, the first plant in our mini meadow is going to be Angelonia, also known as summer snapdragon. In my area, it is a perennial and it attracts pollinators like butterflies. It's a low maintenance, no deadheading plant. It's heat resistant, which is good where I live. It's resistant to deer and rabbits, and it is absolutely perfect and low maintenance for the garden. Also, this little mushroom is from the dollar store. I really love it. Okay, here where I live in Central Texas, we are absolutely crazy for our native wildflowers. And here is one of our standard wildflowers, which is Coreopsis. Coreopsis loves full sun, but it will tolerate partial shade. It does not like organic matter, so plain old soil is a-okay. It's heat tolerant, but it's not drought tolerant, so I'm going to need to check it often for water. And yes, of course, it attracts lots of pollinators like bees and butterflies. I've mainly seen butterflies, not a lot of bees. So one thing you might be interested in knowing is that I am using our little gazebo. It's a small gazebo as a potting shed, and we got this gazebo for free from Craigslist. as long as we could get it moved. So I'll have to tell you the story of that sometime. Okay, next up in my mini meadow is going to be the glorious foxglove, a favorite of those who like cottage gardens or woodland gardens. Foxgloves attract hummingbirds to your garden. They will tolerate shade also. Next up is the sun-loving Magellan hybrid zinnia. Now, this is not like its cousin, the cut and come again version, but I wanted the short and bushy variety for this application. And finally, I'm going to be using a lantana, another one of our Central Texas wildflowers. It blooms in our area from spring all the way through fall. Okay, now let's put everything together. My friends, if you want to attract hummingbirds to your yard, you're gonna have to feed them. Now, I am going to link in the description as well as at the end of this video to another video I've just done for you with the Audubon Society's nectar recipe. It is so easy and it's healthy for the birds. Check it out. Next, I placed my lantana in a side-leaning pot. Oh, I have loved these pots, and I finally found one at a reasonable price, and I can't wait for these flowers to just start spilling over. It just looks gorgeous. Next up are my hybrid zinnias in their birthday party colors. Oh my goodness, I love the pot that my mother gave me. When designing your station, think about varying heights of the pots. Now for the belle of the ball comes the glorious foxglove. I can't wait for all the little bells to bloom on this plant, and of course it's adding height. And I put a little butterfly ornament from the dollar store. I love it. Hiding in the back of the zinnias is the angelonia and the little mushroom. And there's the coreopsis. Do you have 5 minutes? Well, then you can put together an easy solar fountain. Let me show you how. Okay, so in my garage, I found this bowl that my daughter had used to make a succulent garden, and it had a footer on the bottom that fit perfectly over the core of the fountain and kept it from slipping. Next, I added a little solar pump. And here I am forgetting to lift off the little top to this fountain. Yeah, there you go, Kathy. Okay, and so I am putting in a straw. Don't worry, it's not going to be that goofmus. I'm going to cut it. And then I had a candle cover, a little votive cover that fit perfectly over the solar pump without covering any of the solar parts. I couldn't believe how it fit. Next, I'm going to take some scissors and trim off the straw, and voila! Got a cute little fountain, and there's a little lip on the fountain bottle where hummingbirds can come and sip some water. Now the solar pump has all sorts of little sprayers that it came with, but hummingbirds and many other birds in general don't like all of that splashing. They prefer a very quiet, simple little bubbling water bath and fountain. We're done, folks. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. And if you like this kind of content, would you consider subscribing, liking, and ringing that bell? Thank you, and see you next time. Bye-bye.